thing they were testing. You can rent DVDs. Yeah. This. I think you can buy it. I think you can buy I've seen that, like Leatherface aprons.
My friend Armando is like obsessed with this movie. I have to show him the pictures.
So
He's not on Facebook anymore. I'll just send him the pictures. He's at church.
No, he is at church?
Yeah. I had a notification in the car earlier. Pulled back. I was at home.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Now, from the producers of A Nightmare on Elm Street, the real terror begins. November 3rd.
This is cool. What is this?
Just like a little
You get to keep that?
swag thing,
Across America.
Cool. So pin, there's a pin.
like a little goodie thing.
It's not Texas Chainsaw, just 50.
But still,
I guess,
for the
theater.
50th anniversary of this building, yeah.
Yeah. But
It's
look
like
at the
a little-
box. It's like a VHS.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
cool.
awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, this is a good little display piece too.
Yeah, I like it.
Yes, come on.
So we're celebrating a lot of things, but we're celebrating
Think you would notice that there's a similar?
the anniversary of the village since we've known it since 2001, but also the village since 1974. So this was our second theater that we built. We had one downtown that my wife and I built and learned how to do this business. It was actually, but with Village, it was our first expansion, first time we couldn't be at two places at the same time, and started our path to where we are now. So we didn't build the building. It's 1974, and it was built. There's a little letterpress treat there on the table for you. It might seem odd just because it's maybe one of the creepier clowns I've ever seen, and but that is a reproduction of the very first advertisement that the Village Cinema put in the Austin American-Statesman to announce our existence. It is a bad advertisement, and because of that, we thought we'd just reproduce it without permission and pass it on to you. One of the great things about the Village in 1974 is there was a movie that came out in 1974 that changed everything. Horror movies before Texas Chainsaw Massacre, yeah, okay, they're fine. There's some good ones, whatever. Afterwards, a whole different ballgame. It introduced a level of horror and terror that changed every movie in its wake. And we have a couple of gentlemen here who made this film. We're going to bring them up here. So we got Perry Lorenz and we got Wayne Bell. Come on down, gentlemen. And I know Alan's here, but I didn't see him. I know Alan Danziger is in the lobby. Yeah. But
Could you grab Alan? He's right at his table.
okay. Hey, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming. So Wayne not only did the sound for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he did the sound for Richard Linklater's Hitman, which is having a premiere across town. And where is he right now? Right.
Where I'm here.
Thank you.
There's so much to say. This theater, I was here when it was opened in 1974. They're reasonably good theaters. I mix movies for a living. And I mixed a number of pictures that were in South by that wouldn't play here. So the movie I worked on is playing now at its premiere at the Paramount. I'm not there partly because I want to be here, partly because it's an excruciating experience sound-wise to listen to a mix that you've done in that wonderful old theater, which is great looking, a great place. I love it, and it sounds less good. So.
You know, we didn't talk about it, but the sound of Texas Chainsaw Massacre might be the secret weapon. A lot of people, like, if you're watching a movie and you're not like into sound, you're like, I didn't really get into that movie, or that didn't do it for me. A lot of times it's because the sound is not immersive. Like, I think what you did to create the soundscape for Chainsaw was legendary. And again, changed the way that horror films are made. So, actually, curious. Toby's a great man.
He worked with me a lot. Toby and I did the score, which some people might not even think it's a score. It's abstract, and abstract music is almost never used in film school. So that was the work of Toby and myself. Now, sound effects, and I did all that stuff. And sound recording in the field was myself and Ted Nicolau, who went on to direct the Evil Bomb series. Maybe you know. But anyway, I assume everybody here has seen this picture.
I was curious, is there anybody that hasn't seen this film? We got 1, 2, no shame, 3, 4, this 5. That's pretty interesting. If you find me afterwards, I'd like to see. I've been hyping this pretty strong. Maybe tell me what you really think, okay? Unless you didn't like it, and then I don't want to talk to you after.
In the first scene, which opens in black, and you just hear things, you don't see anything. In fact, you don't see anything at all. And at the first sight, there's a sound that's in there that I made. That it was just me. Toby didn't remember this one, but everybody asks how I did it, and I don't tell just because it's so signature to this film that it would be a shame for it to crop up here and there for other things. You just kind of leave it with 1974's Chainsaw and let it do what it does for you. That's enough.
The funny thing is, I don't know if you remember this, the first time we met years and years and years ago, I asked you, like, how'd you make that sound? What's that sound all about? You had the same answer today. I love it. All right. Perry, this is Perry Lorenz. So I want you to tell us what your role is in this film, because it seems pretty vague from what I understand. Like, what did you have a title, and what exactly was the scope of your responsibility on Chainsaw?
Well, I had a very minor part in the film. I'm the guy driving the truck in the end that saves the blood-soaked heroin. I mainly fiddled with the chainsaws, tried to keep them running, put the clutch apart, so it wouldn't really blind or kill somebody. I was always worried someone was going to get hurt. And so I really had more to do behind the scenes than the movie. But, you know, who doesn't want to be in a movie? And at the time, I think even everybody making it had absolutely no idea where this stuff was going. And it was, in some ways, laughable. I mean, it was $90,000 budget, less than that. And the good thing is you're not getting credits twice. And the truth is we've done it over and over and over where I think making each time it's going to be real dramatic, the highway control, all of that. And in the end, the scene they used just looked like I made a U-turn. I call it a stunt car.
I just found out tonight a little bit of interesting trivia about the film is that Diane, the founder of Vulcan Video, owns the truck that you drive. She bought it, and so she's got it in safekeeping. So
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary van driver himself, Jerry, Mr. Allen Dinger.
Just a little aside, you guys are watching this movie on real cushy seats and stuff like that. When the movie came out in 1974, my parents were living in Florida, which is the law. And unfortunately, they ended up seeing this movie in a porno theater.
Porno.
1974. The second feature was Debbie Does Dialysis. This is an English-speaking audience. Anyway, I hope you liked the movie. We had a lot of fun making it. I had a ball doing it, and that now 50 years later, people are still enjoying it. So my hat's off to you.
And Alan's got some great photos and different merchandise items outside. So after the film, especially the 5 people that have never seen it, you're going to become collectors of this film. Go and see Alan at the table afterwards. And thank you everybody for being a part of the film.